Hello and welcome. It's Leon Street back again. You're here and it's Visionary Marketing. And in this video today, I'm talking about how to market your coaching or online business in 7 easy steps and actually grow. And so I'm going to take you through some steps that you can actually use in your coaching business right now, take things to the next level, and I guess just start attracting the right type of qualified leads and therefore clients. And so, as always, I've got a few things that I want to share on screen with you, which I will do right now. And if you've got any questions as I'm going through, remember to drop them below the video, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn right now. And if you are watching, give me a hashtag team live or a hashtag team replay. And if you do have any questions, just give me a hashtag DM if you do want help growing your coaching business as well. So let's get into this. First of all, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel already, please do make sure you are subscribed. Just simply head on over to leonstreet.com/YouTube. Go do yourself a favor and go check out the channel. But before you do that, I want to start with this. So I'm talking about how to grow your business in 7 easy steps online. And I want to start with vision, because quite often we can get caught up in I guess the tactics and not necessarily understanding why we're doing the strategy and all the things we're doing, because we don't have a clear focus on what the vision is for our business. And I come across this quite a lot. And especially if you kind of lose momentum, this is why it becomes very powerful. It doesn't matter what level you're at, whether you're doing 5, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100,000 a month or more in your coaching business. But the biggest thing I can say is, what's the vision for your business? And I say that because you've really got to have a buy-in to your business in order to go and execute, meaning to go and make those dreams and goals happen. Because if you haven't got real, personal buy-in to what it is that you're doing, eventually you're going to run out of motivation. You're going to run out of inspiration. You're going to be like, why is my business not headed in the direction of where I need it to go? And then eventually things will get worse. Yeah. You may come across depression, sadness, you feel unhappy, you're just not passionate about things anymore. So the biggest thing for me is that if you want to grow your business, start with the vision for your business. And the reason why I say that is because more than likely, the vision is going to be something that is there consistently. And this is going to be the thing that calls you to show up in your business. And I find quite a lot of people, they don't show up in their business in, I guess, the entirety or the full way that they can, for fear of criticism, for fear of what if this, or, getting preoccupied with things that aren't a priority and starting to do the non-important, non-urgent things. And then before you know it, your business is just not really going anywhere. So for me, start with vision, get clear on what your vision is. Why? Because you really want to take things to the next level. So what comes after vision? Well, once you're clear, and I just kind of want to reaffirm this, is like, why do you want to get clear on the vision first of all? Why? Because if you have no target, you don't see what you want clearly. Yeah. And if you don't see what you want clearly, so really, you have a dream, and you know that dreams don't happen while you're awake. And so this is why it's important to have just clarity on what your vision is. The more clear you are on your vision, the more opportunity you give yourself to actually go and succeed. If you've got a small team or you've got a bigger team, you've got to have a vision, because they need to buy into the vision, because they're not just going to come to work just to be paid, because if they are, they're not really going to give you the return that you're looking for from your team. So you're going to pay people really, I guess, to perform some actions, and they're not really going to live up or perform to their potential. Whereas if you have a vision, you will hold yourself, the culture of your business will pull your team to a higher calling. And that's what the vision is all about. So how does this translate into the 7 easy steps? So very simple, guys. Once you're clear on the vision, everything else can fall into place, so long as you've got the right strategy. So I'm going to give you the 7 steps in the way that I think are going to be most beneficial to you right now. So if you're picking this up and this is making sense so far, do give me a thumbs up, or you can give me a heart, whether you're watching on YouTube, it's just thumbs up. If you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn, obviously you've got a few other emojis that you can use. And do remember, guys, just give me the hashtag live or hashtag replay before we get into these 7 steps. So anyway, let's get into this. What is step number 1? So step number 1, very simple. What do you bring? So if you're going to, grow your coaching business and take it to that next level, then marketing has got to start with what is it that you bring. It's plain and simple. I see a lot of people out there, they don't really consider what is it that they bring. So what do you bring? What skills, what talents, what wisdom, what personality do you bring to the table? Yeah. And the more you understand, I guess, the more that you can start to really think about how are you going to show up. And I know a lot of people who, especially clients who have gone on to be a real great success, and before they've been a success or got to any significant level, let's say, one of the things that they really feared was the fear of being judged, the fear of being criticized, the fear of just putting themselves out there. And the way to kind of counteract that, the way that I look at that is to put your niche, your target audience, as your priority. And the reason why you show up is because obviously they have a problem that you fix with your products or services. And if you don't show up, they don't fix their problem. You don't sell your products or services, they don't get what they need, and you don't get what you need, right? And so for me, whenever you're faced with challenges of showing up, it really is about you just committing to what your vision is. Because if you put your target audience as your priority, as in you're doing this to really make a difference, create impact, create change, change people's lives, then that's why you show up. You make that your duty. And so when you look at what is it that you bring, if you've got your vision, well, that can put you in a position to really focus on what's your potential for being unstoppable. Because really that's what your vision is about. Usually your vision is something bigger than where you are right now, and usually something people never realize in their full life, because it's so big and it's dynamic. It grows as you grow, right? You become more confident, you become more open to actually making that thing a reality. So what skills, talents, wisdom, personality do you bring? Get clear on what it is that you bring. Like, what is it that people say about you? What is it that people, I guess, comment or feedback or give you reviews or testimonials, or even share insights into, you're really good at this thing. And start to look at what is it you're going to bring as you market your business, because that's important. You don't want to just be a hollow shell, a robot. You want to be somebody who actually makes a difference, and you bring all of your essence with you. So I guess that's the step number one. What is it that you bring? So after you understand what is it that you bring, in order to market your business successfully, you've got to understand your target audience, aka your niche or niche, if you're from America. The key here is, by understanding your niche, it's really all about empathy. Empathy is it's your silver bullet. Yeah, it's your trump card in your back pocket. It's the thing you pull out, and that's what separates you from your competitors. It's what allows your niche, your target audience, to actually see that you care. Yeah. And the biggest thing for me is that a lot of people who are marketing, they're marketing without the knowledge of empathy. Because, for instance, have you ever come across people who just share quotes? They never expand on the quotes. They never add their spin on the quotes or their understanding of what the quote means. You see people who just share memes, and they're sharing memes and all these things, and actually they run a business, and they don't know what else to share, because they think, let me get engagement from these types of things, quotes, memes, and all that kind of stuff. And the reality is that you're going to get the most engagement when you come from a place of understanding the frustrations, fears, the wants and aspirations of your audience, and your content focuses on those 4 areas. And this is where people really mess up themselves, because your niche is these 2 things I'm going to share with you. It's who, the exact audience that you want to serve, and what, as in the problem that you help them to fix. And if you understand the frustrations, fears, wants, and aspirations around your niche, that's what your content should be focused on. That's where the emotion comes from. That's where people will pay attention to you. And if you've done step 1, i.e., what do you bring? Your personality, your vision, skills, talents, wisdom. And that's what you start to focus on with, that's the audience that I'm going to focus all of my energies on in order to sell my products and services when they decide to make a buying decision. You're going to put yourself in the right place to create a really powerful message, which leads me on to step 3. So what's step 3 all about? Step 3 is offer. And that might seem a bit strange in terms of marketing yourself on social media and growing your business. But let me just share this part with you, because it's really important that you get this one. I see a lot of people who market themselves and they don't have a really good offer, or they have a very cheap offer. They undersell themselves. So for instance, with coaches, quite often I see them pricing themselves per hour. I come across a new client recently, signed up to one of my programs. He currently has been charging like £40 an hour, around about $60 an hour. And for the type of transformation that he helps his clients to achieve, I was just blown away how much he devalued and undervalued himself. So the importance of marketing yourself is to know that you have great offers. And usually, if you're a coach, you have some type of program, 6, 8, 10, 12-week program, 3-month, 6 months, or even a year, year-long program. And you shouldn't be charging like a low rate. You should at least have something that comes in like your signature program that starts at around about £3,000 to £5,000 or dollars easily. That's got to be like your foundation for you to actually go into the market and know that when a person does like your content and they want to find out more about what it is that you offer, that you do give yourself the chance to actually grow with the fact that you've been marketing yourself online. When somebody gets to the point where they want to make a buying decision with you, you don't want to be selling something that really undervalues you and people think, well, wow, like your content was so amazing, you're selling this really cheap product and I can see the end result that you're promising, so this must be too good to be true, so I'm not sure if you're going to be right for me because you're too cheap. And trust me, guys, that does happen. For those of you who think I'm going to underprice people, you've got to know your value, know your worth, so that it matches what you bring and how you show up online to make sure you've got a really powerful offer that is going to create transformation. And the message that you use to market it comes with empathy, which is what I was talking about in step 2. So let's move on, guys. What is step 4 then in 7 easy steps to market your business on social media and grow? So, I've spoken about what is it that you bring. So knowing your skills, your talents, I guess your quirks, your humor, your personality. The key thing is you now have to understand what is it you're going to share. And if you look back at what I shared with you in step 2 about your niche, understanding the frustrations, fears, wants, and aspirations, this is the part where you focus your wisdom on those areas. You focus your wisdom on what your target audience are going through with the problem that you help them to fix. And the key here is that when you share your wisdom and you share your insight, and it's so focused, so laser focused on your niche, what they're going through, the problem that they have, and how you help them to fix it, how you help them to realize the wants that they really want to achieve in life, the aspirations that they have, for their life. And when you speak to them from a place of understanding where they are with their frustrations and fears, this is where you get connection. And this is where a lot of people, they don't understand social media from this angle. They think social media is kind of just showing up, just putting content out there without no real thought for what wisdom am I going to share. And the wisdom that they share is usually, it's good wisdom, but it's not connected to the niche. It's not powerful in the sense that there's a direct connection with what your target audience are looking for. And this is where I see a lot of people, a lot of coaches and online business owners make the mistake. So when it comes to sharing your wisdom, make sure that your wisdom is tightly connected to the niche and what they're looking for, because instantly they're going to start to see you as the authority when you get to the point of sharing your content, videos, text content. So, just for clarity, just so you can see, I'm talking about video and text content, which might be blogs, articles on social media, that kind of stuff, as well as videos, which can show up on YouTube, Facebook, just like this live I'm doing now, on LinkedIn. It can also be short videos, TikTok, Instagram Reels, that kind of stuff as well, 15 to 3 minute in length videos. So don't really worry about the length and stuff. It's really just about knowing that you're going to share text and video. And I'm going to emphasize video just because that's what is the key thing. That's the key medium 2021. Right then. So before I go into steps 5, 6, and 7, I just wanted to share this graphic with you on screen. I'm just going to share it just very briefly, just so you can see. So in regards to social media platforms, this is from a study done of US adults, and you can see quite clearly the most used social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok. You've got 2% Clubhouse. I think it has risen a little bit. This statistic is from March 2021. And then you've got 16% none. Now, the key here, and what I wanted to share in terms of respondents, is it's just showing you what people currently use. Yeah. And this is like, I guess, the majority for people. So with me, I'd probably say that I spend most of my time on Facebook and LinkedIn, to be fair. But you can see there where the majority of adults are using it. So what is it that I want to get to? I want to get to is the fact that adults, if you're a coach right now, you probably serve adults. They're probably within your niche. And so what I want to get to here is social media is step 5. Now that you understand all the things around what is it that you bring, your niche, your message, having an offer, and then knowing how you're going to share your wisdom, step 5 is very simple. You need to get social media leads. So when you're marketing your business, it's about sharing great content, but that content should nurture your audience and it should convert them as leads. Eventually, if not immediately, yeah, people should turn to you in the sense of, I've seen your content, love what you're about. You know, how can I get that thing that you mentioned? Or how can I find out more about working with you? Or how can I get the help with what you shared in your videos for me to fix the problem that I have? Yeah. So step number 5, it's a crucial one because there's a couple of things that I want to share in here. I guess the first step is, when it comes to marketing your business, you've got to understand how to get people to raise their hands. And this is one that I see quite often that people don't understand. And the basic way to get people to raise their hands is when you share great content and you share your wisdom, add in a call to action. Yeah. So as a quick example, if you're watching this video right now, you have a coaching business and you're floating around the £5,000 or dollar mark per month, and you want to get to 10 to 15,000 a month, just drop a comment below this video, hashtag DM, and I'll reach out to you and send you some details about how I can help you achieve that goal. That's an example of a call to action. So when you put content out, you've got to give instructions to people in terms of what they've got to do to get the next step, to get the next piece of information, to get the answer that they're looking for in order to achieve their goals, which is usually their wants and aspirations. So in order to generate leads on social media, you have to understand that when you put content out, you have to mix valuable content, education-based marketing with call to actions. If you omit calls to actions, if you miss them off, if you never put call to actions out for fear of people thinking that you're trying to sell them something, well, hey, have a guess what? If you're a coach, you're in a business and you do sell something, that's where you're going to fall short with your marketing. Your marketing should educate people, should nurture your audience, and should give them clear instructions on how they can buy from you, how they can get the solutions to the problems they have. The next thing is share stories. Stories are the most powerful way to connect on social media. I share lots of stories, different examples of client wins and, you know, successes with stories. I share failure stories. Stories are the way that you connect with people on social media. It's the fastest way. And the reason for that is we've grown up with stories from young age right through to adulthood. You know, young when we probably read a book at school or by our parents or our guardian, could be a nursery, fairy tale. Could even have been sung to with their nursery rhymes, I guess. Their stories, but in song format. But the point is, use story. It's one of the most powerful ways to convince and connect with people. Consistency is your other key. Social media fails when you fail to be consistent. Yeah, show up when you're meant to show up. Show up consistently, regularly, so your audience know that you're there. The more that you show up and repurpose your content, you know, use content you created already, chop up videos, put it back out, so you create leverage in how you produce content, the more you'll reach the people that you want. Plan ahead, plan your content, plan it over a 30-day period, a 6-week period, or 90-day if that's you. The key is that if you plan your content, you're planning your campaigns, you're planning when you're expecting to get leads, because you know your content is in front of them. So more eyeballs are on your content with your calls to action, so that you know you can start to look at what are the KPIs, the key performance indicators of how many leads you usually get with a certain piece of content that generates interest, generates buzz, and helps you to grow online. The next thing is, if you are using social media, check out Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups. They're some of the most interactive free places you can use right now. You're just trading your time in order to get people to see you, and you can create more leverage if you use a VA to do the work for you, right? And then the final one is paid ads. So social media, and I'm speaking about social media generally, but if you want to grow your coaching business, also explore going into paid ads. I'd recommend, you know, wait until you're around about $8,000 to $10,000 a month you're generating in terms of cash collected per month, and then start exploring, you know, paid ads. And the reason why I say start exploring is because at that point, you're probably not so concerned about the investment that you've got to make. Whereas, you know, if you're just getting by, paying your bills, and there's not much left over at the end of the month, paid ads is really not going to be something that you're going to be like overly enthusiastic about, and you're going to be more fearful and worried about budget and how much you've got to spend. So start looking, you know, once you're making around about $8,000 to $10,000 a month cash collected. So That's step 5. What is step 6 on how you can market and grow your coaching business or online business? Once people reach out to you, understand that most people, they don't just want to buy from you straight away. So don't just send them your booking link unless they've asked for it, right? But if they have asked for it, still ask them questions, qualify people. You know, for me, that's one of the most powerful things that you can do in this day and age. And it's still free to use social media messages, getting people DMs. It helps you to build trust and qualify people. I'm not suggesting to you just, you know, pitch to people cold. What I'm saying to you is that once you've marketed yourself on social media from step 5, you put your content out there, people connect with you, they want to find out more from you, start speaking to them in DMs. We have a powerful script called a Confirmed by Chat script, and it works so amazingly that I get people buying from my inbox. And I also get people who go from my inbox to booking calls. It works both ways. I love when people just buy directly from my inbox because then I don't have to jump on a call, which is cool. But equally, I love it when somebody wants to speak to me first and then they want to book in a call. Do that by creating a script. And, you know, if you want to find out more about the script that we use, it helps our clients to generate 15 to like 30,000 a month. Just put a comment below this video, #DM. And I'll send you a DM with details about the script that we use. It's called Confirmed by Chat, just to remind you. Create a script because it builds consistency in how you respond to people. So you create the same response and you understand how to work it, to polish it, to make it better, to make it stronger, and make you perform better in terms of growing your business through social media. Step 7, qualified sales. So once a person has connected with you, has reached out to you, and you know they're interested, they've probably been speaking to you in DMs, then you've got to get them onto calls, especially if you're in the coaching business and you sell coaching programs. One of the most powerful ways is either in your DMs directly. If your script is not that powerful, then, you know, another powerful thing is if you believe it works better for you to speak to people, then hey, perhaps your inbox script is working well. But what you've got to do is then get them on the phone. So for me, we have something that I call the step 1 qualifier script again, and it works on the phone. And it's so simple. It works in 15 minutes. And within 15 minutes, you'll know if that person is ready to buy from you or not. Yeah. And so for me, if you're in this position where you do have people reaching out to you, create a script for how you speak to them. Find out where they are right now, where they want to be, what 3 problems they're going through, and at that point, it's for you to make a judgment call as to whether or not your program or product can help them solve those 3 problems and give them the outcome that they're looking for based on where they are right now. And that's how you make a sale. At that point, you can then present your offer if you haven't done it already when people are speaking to you in the DMs. But that's where you close your sales and grow as a result of marketing yourself on social media. So those are my 7 steps. And what do you notice? What's obvious to you about those 7 steps that I've shared with you? I guess this is the key question for you. And here's what I want to share with you. You'll notice steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm just going to jump back to those in a moment. Let me just do this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They've got nothing to do with social media. Steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're all about building a solid message, a solid foundation, getting clear on who your niche is, and getting clear on what you bring. Yeah. And this is where people go wrong. They don't consider these things. And if you want to be successful in marketing yourself on social media, you consider these things first. Why? Because that's your foundation. If you want to build a strong, solid coaching business, you need a strong foundation for what it is that you bring to your niche, meaning message, meaning personality, skills, wisdom, talents. Get clear on those things. Get clear on what message you're going to bring. And at that point, when it comes to social media, people sliding into your DMs and closing people on sales calls, you're ready. Yeah. So if any of this, you know, is not clear, or you've got questions, or you're actually thinking, well, Leon, I'd love to implement that. How do I put that strategy in place? Then drop a comment below this video, and I welcome you just to reach out to me. Any questions, drop it below this video. I'll come back to all of your comments and questions individually. And hopefully that has made sense, guys. So those are my 7 easy steps. And as I said, if you do want help, comment with the word clients underneath this if you want to attract more clients through social media and take your coaching business to the next level. If you've enjoyed and if you've liked the content today, please just go to leonstreet.com/YouTube. There's the link on screen, and go subscribe to the YouTube channel. I do recommend you do that. I put lots of great content like today's video on there. There's over 200 videos on the YouTube channel, and all you've got to do is click on subscribe and you get access to them instantly. Here's the thing, guys. You're never going to grow your coaching business to the levels of your potential and the levels of your vision if you don't consider what I've shared with you today. It's that simple. And, you know, it really is, you know, on your shoulders. You can either be as successful as your vision is or be as successful as you not having a vision. So I recommend you really look at what it is that you want to achieve. And then, as I said earlier, make it your duty and go do it. On that note, guys, have a great evening, morning, or afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye.